Welcome back to the 3-hour news show. We're now entering our signature segment, which is See the Stories. And now, in the segment, we're going to be talking about books with a special guest today in the studio who will be talking about his new works, 50 to 20, Pesan Dari Paruh Perjalanan, and one more, Sajaksel. And now you might ask, what are the books all about, right?
Yes, that's right. And to find out more about the answer to that question particularly, let's welcome the author Henry Manampiring. So Henry, thank you so much for joining.
Pleasure.
Welcome to our studio.
Thank you, Rory. Thank you.
So I've been actually a long-time follower of Mas Henry Manampiring on Twitter
really?
since Twitter wasn't this toxic today, right?
Yeah.
So it was still Twitter. Now it's
X.
becoming X, right? So you launched 2 books at the same time, right? And
Correct.
I've been reading this, 50 to 20, actually 30 minutes ago, but I've grasped some of the ideas from the chapters that is quite short and digestible and very easy to read, actually. So, Mas Henry, what is the idea behind 50 to 20 and why did you pick this title?
All right, so 50 to 20 is actually one of 2 books that I launched simultaneously. So I call it twin books, non-identical. So what happened was last year when I turned 49, the reality dawned on me that, oh no, next year I'm turning 50, like the big number, right? The big 5. So as typical writer, right? What can I make out of this? And then I realized after 50 years of life, there are things that I used to believe back when I was in my 20s that turn out to be wrong or completely false or completely
Different.
useless or different, right? So eventually age kind of gives you the reality, and I thought, it would be fun if I imagine I send a message to my younger self when I was 20. You know what? These are the things that I found out, and I wish you had known this earlier.
Nice.
So it's a very personal. I think this is the most personal book that I've written because I reveal a lot about my personal life.
Right.
And in the hope that perhaps readers may find some relevance.
So this is full of life lessons when you get
Life
50.
lessons, life mistakes, life regrets, if you want to call
Right.
it. Yeah.
But anyway, if he is 50 with this kind of form, that is going to be me in my 50s later.
By the way, you don't look 50.
You
Oh,
don't
thank you,
actually,
Krizia.
yeah. This is exactly what I want to do when I'm 50 actually.
You make my day. You both make my day. Thank you.
Okay, now this can be categorized as a self-improvement book, right?
Yep.
And to be honest, me and Rory, we have some similarities. We love non-fiction books.
Okay.
Right, Rory? So
Yeah.
we like reading these kind of books. However, sometimes these type of books offers, like quick fixes. While in reality, sometimes the only way to, to overcome something is to go through it, right? Not
Yeah.
to have something instant and quick fixes. Now, how is that book different from the book that I mentioned earlier that offers, quick fixes like that?
Yeah, as I mentioned, that this book is very, very, very personal. So I wasn't trying to impose on my readers that, look, this is the 7 laws of success or 12 principles of whatnot. It is something that I learned, as you said, through many years of pains, growing pains, mistakes that I made. So it's not trying to preach that you have to follow this, and that's why the format is a message for my own self. I'm not pretending that what I say should be applicable to everyone, but I invite readers that this is my journey, this is what I learned, and perhaps our lives are not that different after all. And you may find that what I struggle with back in the days are actually the same thing as you struggle with today. Maybe you can take a lesson out of 2 so you don't have to repeat my mistakes.
Right.
What is
okay.
the most memorable lesson throughout your life that is written in that book? Like, give a snippet.
Oh God, there are this book.
Don't get married too young, for example.
For example, yeah.
So the topics that I cover really vary from the very mundane, seemingly mundane, to very deep and profound. In fact, there is a chapter that I told myself, my younger self, you know what? You should have asked the girls more out.
Oh, okay.
Because I was so shy. Because when I was young, I was so afraid of asking a girl out.
Yeah.
And then now at my age, that's a mistake because you are so afraid of rejection. And I think fear of rejection can be a big handicap to young people, you know. Even in relationship,
Yep.
sometimes you gotta try and I said to in my book that so what?
Yeah.
So what if you ask her out and then she declined? At least you get the truth, and it's not like later you will keep asking yourself, what if I had asked?
At
You
least
know?
you tried, right?
Yeah. So regrets later actually hurt more than reality, hard
Okay.
reality that comes now.
And it applies to any aspect of life, right? Not
Yeah.
only love relationships, or
only.
maybe it could be applied in terms of career, in terms of building business, or
Yep.
starting your entrepreneurial journey. I was quite appalled with the first chapter of this book. Hang on, let me read it out. So the first chapter says, kelahiranmu adalah pemaksaan yang tidak diinginkan. Your birth is an unwanted force. Yeah, something like that, right? Why did you choose this as the first chapter? It's quite a slap in the face, actually.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is planned because I want to open with a bang, right? So
Right.
the first chapter should be, bam, like hit the readers really hard. And if you think about it, nobody asked to be born, right? Think about
Depends
it.
on what perspective are you looking at?
I mean, I don't recall I was floating in heavens and then I feel the form that, hey, can I be born into the world, right? It's really a decision that is made by my
Parents.
This is a destiny,
parents.
and
Oops.
like it or not, here I am,
Yeah.
right? Here we are.
So if I think about it, there are certain things that have impact because of that. Like the way I see my children, for example, right? My child, sorry, I only have one son. So he didn't ask to be born, okay? So that means a lot of responsibility falls upon the parents, upon me as the father, because I'm the one who brought you here. I cannot treat you that, oh, you're gonna be my pension fund, right? You should be grateful that I bring you to this life. You know, a lot of people say
Yes.
that. A lot of parents say that.
Yes.
You should be grateful because we brought you to this world. And I thought, no, why is it a privilege, actually?
Yeah, they have no choice, actually.
Yeah.
We have no choice.
Yeah. So I said to myself, I'm not going to be the kind of parent who put the burden on him. What I can do is prepare him for this life to become a grown-up adult, and then that's it. You have your own life
Right.
to live. You shouldn't be burdened with me in my old days. So
Right, so it definitely starts with a bang, actually. I just like, getting slapped into my face. But, following what Krizia asked earlier about the key insights or key lessons that you put in the book about your 20s experience in 20s, right? Apart from rejection, what else are lessons that you want your young readers to grasp, to understand?
Well, you know about the hustle culture that now is
Yep.
very
Yep.
popular. Oh, hustle. Everybody has to hustle, earn money a lot, ambitious, and then this expression, time is money.
Time is money.
There is a chapter there, right, about time is money is a lie, and I said that, yes, it's partially true. With time, you can earn money, you can do business, but time is not only about money. So be careful because time is also about the time you spend with your parents. Okay, when you spend time with your parents, you may not earn money, but it's gonna be something that you won't regret later on. Time is about me playing with kids. Time is about taking care of your health. If you put 60 minutes of your day to work out and exercise, you are not earning money per se.
Yeah.
But this is something that your future self will be
Thankful for.
will be thankful for. Thank you for taking care of my body when you were young. So I think the message is for the young readers. Young people are usually have very clear ideas or principles. It's good, but always have room for adaptation, for changing your point of view, because life is continuous learning, and sometimes what we believe as true when we were young, get ready that you may need to adjust your vision or perspective on life.
I really want to dive deeper into a writer's mind, because I always wonder, you've written so many books, right? Or not book per se, but, tweets or anything, you've written so many things.
Oh, he's really popular on X.
Throughout your life, right? But we understand that the way we think always changes, right? It develops as we grow older. How do you feel when you read something you wrote like long time ago? Does it gives you some kind of weird feeling or like, Why did I write that? My thoughts have changed a lot. I want to know about that.
Yeah, it made me cringe.
Really? Okay.
And I think it's normal. I've read from other authors when they were asked to reflect upon their earlier writings, they said, "Oh God, I couldn't believe I wrote those." And it's not something to be very embarrassed about, because that's life. People grow, people evolve, people contexts change. So yeah, even though it probably made me cringe now to read my earlier writings, but at the same time, remember, life was different back then. You were different back then. And this is the knowledge that you had at that time. So don't be too hard on yourself, man.
Right.
Yeah, and take it as part of you, part of your journey.
Okay.
Super interesting.
So before we're taking a break, I'd like to know about the meaning behind the illustration or the cover of the book. So you released 2 books at the same time, and I heard that it is actually interconnected from one book to each other, right?
So it's actually create one seamless.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole idea. That's why it's a twin books.
That's
so
actually
together they
cool.
form.
Can we show your cameraman?
So together they form a seamless visual.
I see. Okay, we're gonna dive deeper into the meaning of these 2 books and what is about what
Sajaksel
is all about. But we're gonna take a break right now. So yeah, Krizia, I think we're gonna take a break for now.
Exactly. It's time for another break. And as Rory have mentioned earlier, we will continue our talk with Henry right here. Don't go anywhere.